This is Petra. She's looking for a place near her university to rent, but in Malaysia, finding an accommodation has been a hit or miss situation for her.
Hello?
Hi, I'm calling because I saw a listing for a master bedroom in Segambut on Oibile, and I'm interested in renting the place. So, is there any more information I can get on that?
Yes, can, sure. It's a master bedroom and it's fully furnished with a bathroom.
Okay.
Are you Malay?
No, I'm Indian actually.
Oh no, cannot because I prefer Malay female only.
Why only Malays, huh?
No, because we have a certain way of cooking, so we only prefer Malay tenants. The kitchen can only be used by Malays.
Actually, I won't really be cooking, so I don't need to use the kitchen. I'm a student, so
No, no, no. No, no, only Malays tenants that I prefer actually. Um, Also, we already have a tenant interested, so there's no point lah actually.
That's rental racism for you, and Swetra is not the only person who has experienced that. In fact, there are dozens who have shared their experiences with discriminating landlords on social media. According to a 2019 YouGov survey, 21% of Malaysians have faced discrimination based on their ethnicity when renting properties. Malaysian Indians seem to make up the majority of recipients, with under half of them claiming to have experienced it.
Are landlords direct or indirect with you when they give you a reason on why they can't accept you as a tenant?
they make it very direct in the listing with phrases like no Indians written in bold, but when you actually call them to ask, most of them take a more indirect route by giving the overused usual excuses, but in reality, they're just racist.
What are some usual excuses that they give you?
They usually say that it's their preference to have tenants of certain race. Other than that, they would also say that I would find it harder to live in their residence since I'm an Indian and it would not be convenient for me. But almost all the time, they would just flat out lie and say they have already found a tenant, even though the rental ad would still be on their website for weeks. But I've also encountered landlords giving more racist and stereotypes explanation for why they do not accept Indian tenants. So there you go, not all of them are, discreet about it.
Unfortunately, there is still no law in Malaysia to bar landlords from discriminating potential tenants on the basis of race.
So it's the ministry is the one who's supposed to hear complaints from the tenants and see whether this is a real problem. Then if this is a real problem, then I think the only way is by having legislation. Okay, and this legislation, perhaps you can have a general type of legislation where, okay, you give equal chance to everyone. That means you don't look at one's characteristic like your employment status, gender, orientation, or race, but your only focus is whether the tenant is able to pay you or not. I think it's okay if that is taken into consideration.
But before legal measures can be put into place, Dr. Janita says that studies must be conducted to confirm the severity of property and rental racism, because the spirit of the Residential Tenancy Act is to balance both the rights of tenants and also landlords.
Perhaps we don't have to emulate law from one country. Perhaps we can look at few countries and take the best from each of the countries. And I believe that these countries, they have multiracial, what do you call it, citizens or yeah. So this is something we can emulate in Malaysia. See, since now we have multiracial society as well. Nowadays, we have also foreigners who also are looking for place to rent.